Okay, so I just finished row number 30. I've done 54 open squares, full open squares, plus 2 small triangles, one at the beginning and one on the back. Row 31 we need to start exactly the same, so chain of 4, double crochet into the second double crochet, so first one and then second, and then chain of 2 and double crochet into the next double crochet, chain of 2, double crochet into the next double crochet. So exactly the same as we done on the previous row. So now we need to continue this pattern, and we should have 2 less open squares than on the previous row. So 52 plus 2 triangles. Now we need to start row 32. So again, chain of 4, then double crochet into the second double crochet. So as I said, on the previous row we've done 52 open squares, and now we should have 50. So from now we need to work this and another 6 rows, so exactly the same as at the beginning. So you need to remember that in each row you should have 2 squares less than on the previous row. So in this row we should have 50, then 48, 46, until we will have 40. So continue this pattern for this one and for the next 6 rows. I've got 38 rows in total, so I said we should have 9 rows after as we've done 30 full squares. So at the moment I've got 38 full open squares plus another 2 small triangles, so 40 squares, but 38 full plus 2 triangles. And now we will start working around. So what we need to do, at the beginning chain 1 as a single crochet, and now we've got, or actually not chain 1 but slip stitch into the chain 4 or a treble crochet, that depends which row we've got, and chain 1 as a single crochet, then 3 more single crochets, 1, 2 and 3. We've done 4 stitches into the first chain space, or actually into the treble crochet. Now we are going into the next row and we've got chain of 4 as a treble crochet again, so we need to make another 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into the next chain space again 4 single crochets, because we've done treble crochet. So now we need to continue until we will have the last treble crochet. So into the row where we just started working with the small triangles. Okay, so I've done the last 4 single crochets into the last treble crochet, so this is actually the row number 11 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And now we've got chain of 3 or double crochet, so we will work chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to the next chain space or next double crochet, and we have to work 3 single crochets again. So the pattern is quite easy. In each chain of 3 or double crochet we will work 3 single crochets. In each chain of 4 or treble crochet, we will work 4 single crochets. If we've got, I will show you now on the longer side as we started. If we've got double crochet, we need to work 1 double crochet, and into the chain 2 space we need to work 2 single crochets. So in each basically stitch we will work 1 single crochet. Into the double crochet 1, into the chain 2 space 2, into the chain 3 space 3, into the double crochet 3, then into the chain 4 space 4, and into the treble crochets 4 single crochets. So now we need to be careful where we need to work 3, 2 or 4 single crochets, and we need to keep repeat this pattern all the way around. At the end of our round we need to work slip stitch into the first chain, so into the first single crochet, and now I will turn my work and we will start working in runs but from the second side. Slip stitch into the second stitch, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. So we've done 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, chain of 3, and then 2 double crochets together into the same stitch. So first part of the double crochet we are working through first 2 loops, last loop need to stay on the hook, and again we are working only through first 2 loops, and now we've got 3 loops on the hook, we can finish the stitch. At the beginning I've done the normal 2 double crochets because it's quite hard working 2 double crochets together. Chain of 3, now we need to skip 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and into the 7th we will work the same 2 double crochets together, so 1 and 2 times we are working through first 2 loops, and when we've got 3 loops we can finish the stitch. Chain of 3, and again yarn over, put crochet hook into the same stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops, yarn over, put crochet hook into the same stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops. 3 loops on the hook, we can finish the stitch, and we've got another 2 double crochets together. Chain of 3, skip the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into the 7th the same 2 double crochets together, chain of 3 and 2 double crochets together, chain of 3 again, and again we need to skip the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the 7th the same. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the next corner, so exactly into the next double crochet, and then I will show you what we need to count next. Now I am just before my last double crochet of the row, so as you can see now we've got corner. So on this spaces on each side, so we've got 4 corners, but only here, not the corner just on the short side, but I mean the corner where we start working with the 4 chains or treble crochets. We need to skip only the 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are working into the 6th. So it's only 1 stitch less than as we've done before. And then we are going back and we need to skip another 6 stitches, and we need to work our 2 double crochets together, chain 3 and 2 double crochets together into the 7th stitch. So now we are skipping the next 6 until we will have next corner here. So here we need to skip 5 stitches, and then here and basically at the beginning as we start. So that's it. Now we can continue and work on our pattern. After the last 2 double crochets together, we need to work chain of 3 and slip stitch into the first double crochet. So this is the last stitch as we've done, so I am at the corner now. And what now? As you can see, this is exactly at the beginning of our long side. So now we need to join into the chain 3 just before. So I will grab the green color, and now we need to join into the chain 3 space between 2 V stitches. But as we finish just on the corner, we need to join into the first chain 3 space. Now we've got chain 1, and we will start working with chain of 3. Then into the V stitch we need to make double crochet, then chain of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Into the second chain from the hook, 1 and 2, we will work single crochet, then into the next 3 chain stitches, double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, and into the next one single crochet. After the single crochet, into the next stitch, slip stitch. And now chain of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, single crochet into the second chain from the hook, then we will work 3 double crochets into the next one, into the next 3, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2 and 3, single crochet into the next. No, we still have got 2 stitches, so 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, and into the last one single crochet. Yeah, because we need to work 2 small leaves plus 1 bigger. So this is actually the bigger, small, bigger, and now chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into the second chain from the hook, 1 and 2 single crochet, then double crochet into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, single crochet into the last one, slip stitch into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch after the first petal leaf. Now chain of 2, 1 and 2, and chain of 2. Then we need to skip first 2 chains, slip stitch into the third one, double crochet into the same space as we've done the first double crochet. Now we need to make chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3, single crochet into the next chain space, and then chain of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the second stitch, single crochet, then into the next 3 stitches double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, single crochet into the next one. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, we need to skip whole V-stitch, and then we will do single crochet into the next one. Chain of 7, we need to skip whole V-stitch and single crochet into the next stitch. Chain of 3, 3 plus chain of 7, so chain of 10, exactly the same as we done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet into the second chain from the hook, then 3 double crochets, 1 into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, single crochet into the next stitch, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, we need to skip V-stitch, single crochet into the chain space, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the V-stitch, and from now we need to repeat what we've done here. So basically this is our pattern. We've got one part with the 3 leaves, then another with 1, chain of 7, 1 leaf, and then we need to repeat 3 leaves, 1 leaf, chain 7, 1 leaf, and now all the way around. So at the end of our round we need to work slip stitch into the first single crochet, then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. And now we need to go back to the first color, so to the main one, and we will join into the one of the top petals. So it doesn't matter where, but we need to join into one of the top stitches. So I will join into the space between top and first single crochet. So now I'm joined, and we need to work chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we are going to the next petal, to the next leaf, and we will work the same. Single crochet into the, so actually not single crochet or slip stitch, into the space between top and first single crochet, and chain of 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we are going into the next petal straight away, so not into the chain spaces but straight into the next petal. so or next leaf, and again into the top between top stitch and first single crochet, and we need to work slip stitch, chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we will work slip stitch into the chain 7, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, another slip stitch into the same chain of 7, and then chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip stitch into the top of next leaf. Chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again slip stitch into the next leaf, chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then slip stitch into the top of the next leaf. So basically now our pattern we need to repeat all the way around. We are always working with chain 7 and then up only in the chain 7 space from the previous round, so here and then into the next part. So usually between two parts where we've got only one leaf, we've got chain of 7. So we have to work exactly the same by working slip stitch, chain 3 and slip stitch. We've got chain of 7, then chain of 3 and chain of 7, and again we need to work chain of 7 and slip stitch in each petal. So now we need to repeat this all the way around. And again at the end of our round, slip stitch into the same stitch as we've joined our yarn, and now we will start the last one round. So chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 3 and single crochet into the first chain, so into the third chain from the hook, actually 1, 2, 3. So we've done picot on the top of double crochet. Now double crochet into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and again slip stitch into the third chain from the hook, single crochet, not slip stitch, double crochet into the same stitch, and again chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the third chain from the hook, double crochet, and then again chain of 3 and single crochet into the third chain from the hook. So on the top of each double crochet we need to work one picot, or actually between. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and one more double crochet. So we've done 4 picots plus 5 and 5 double crochets into one stitch. Now we will work chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3, and on the next petal we will work exactly the same. So 5 double crochets plus 4 picots. So we need to start with first double crochet, then chain of 3, single crochet into the third chain from the hook, and now we need to continue until we will have 5 double crochets and 4 picots, so exactly the same as we've done here. Now after as I've done the last 5th double crochet, again we need to work chain of 3 and into the next leaf. So now first I've done my 5 double crochets on the big leaf, then into the smaller, and now we've got the part where we've got only the one leaf. So now after the chain of 3 we will work exactly the same. 5 double crochets and 4 picots. So we need to repeat exactly what we've done on the previous 2 leaves. So I've got 2, 3, 4, and now the last double crochet, and now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the chain free space. So we need to skip chain of 7, but single crochet into the chain free space, chain of 3, and we've got another leaf. And we need to make exactly the same as we've done on the previous ones. So basically our pattern is making 5 double crochets on the top of each leaf plus 4 picots. Between each group of 5 double crochets we will work chain of 3, then chain of 3 single crochet into the chain 3, chain of 3, and again we need to repeat our pattern with 5 double crochets on each leaf. So for the next 3 as well, between each one chain of 3 until the next chain free space. So after as we finish the main part of our doily or placemat, now is the time to make the flowers, to sew them on the parts where we've got 3 leaves like that. So I've done few to show you how it will be looks like. The flower we will work by using 2 different parts. So now I will show you how to make the first one. So we have to start by making magic ring. So the end of the yarn I will put into the back like that. Now I will put my crochet hook into the loop, and now we need to grab the yarn by making chain 1. This chain 1 is not count as any stitch. And now into our ring we can pull the tail a little bit to make smaller loop, and we will start working single crochet, then chain of 3, and again single crochet, chain of 3, single crochet, chain of 3, single crochet, chain of 3. So we need to continue this pattern until we will have 6 single crochets. So I've done 4, now it's a 5th, 1, 2 and 3, 6th, and the last chain of 3. So we should have 6 single crochets plus 6 chain free spaces, and now we are pulling the tail to close the loop, and we will work slip stitch into the first single crochet. Chain 1 is not count as any stitch, single crochet into the single crochet, chain of 3. Into the next single crochet we will work 3 single crochets in one stitch. So 1, 2 and 3, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, into the next single crochet, 1 single crochet, chain of 3, and again into the next single crochet we will work 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3, chain of 3, into the next one, 1 single crochet, and again chain of 3 and 3 single crochets into the next single crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain of 3. Now slip stitch into the first single crochet. So in this round we should do 3 single crochets in the single crochet from the previous row and 3 times 3 single crochets in one stitch, 1, 2, and 3. We should have 6 chain, I think 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain free spaces. And again, now we can pull our tail to close the loop. Next round, chain 1, single crochet into the single crochet, chain of 5. Now we are going into the first single crochet. We've got 3, but we need to work into the first one, single crochet, chain of 3, then slip stitch into the same stitch. We need to skip the next 2 stitches, chain of 5, single crochet into the next single crochet, chain of 5, single crochet into the first single crochet where we've got 3 stitches in one single crochet, chain of 3, slip stitch into the same stitch as we've done single crochet, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next single crochet. So the chain of 3 we are working only where we've got 3 stitches from the previous round, chain of 5, single crochet into the first one, chain of 3, slip stitch into the same stitch, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into the first single crochet. And now we will start the last one round, chain 1, single crochet into the single crochet. Now we are going straight into the chain free space and we will work 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 1, then single crochet into the same chain free space, chain 1 and another 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet into the single crochet, and again into the next chain free space, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 1, single crochet into the same chain free space, chain 1 and another 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Single crochet into the single crochet. One more time into the last chain free space, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1, single crochet, then chain 1 and another 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now we can fasten off and cut the yarn. So that's it for the first part. And then we need to pull our tail to make sure that loop is closed, and we will start working on the second part. So the second part, we will start by making slip knot, and chain of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Into the second chain from the hook we will work single crochet. And now into the next stitches we will work 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 2, 3, 4 to the end until we will have 12 single crochets. I've got 12 single crochets, so now chain 1, then we need to turn our work. We have to skip the first stitch and we are going straight into the second, and we will work 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now single crochet into the next stitch. Then we need to skip next one and into the second another 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Single crochet into the next stitch. Now we have to skip first one, 4 double crochets into the second. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Single crochet into the next stitch, and one more time we need to skip first stitch into the second 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Single crochet into the last stitch. And again, now we can fasten off and cut the yarn, but at the end we can leave long loop because we need to sew this part to the first one. But now, before we will start joining those two parts together, we need to hide our tails. Okay, so now I've got my small part and we need to start rolling it. So I've got wrong side and now I will start rolling. So the right side is outside, wrong side inside, and the right side outside, like that. So we've got small rows and now we need to sew it together to make sure that everything will stay in the same shape. We need to make sure that the center is sewed as well, and if you are sure that everything is fine, now we can start sewing it to the main part, like this. So first I will put my yarn needle into the center exactly, and I will pull the yarn or the actual thread, and now I will sew the center into my bigger piece of the flower. Okay, and now when we will finish, we can add our flower to the space where we've got our 3 leaves together. Just make sure that center of your flower is in the space where we got 3 leaves together, like that. So I already sewed the flowers, so at the end your work should look similar, and basically that's it. So thank you for staying with me to the end of this tutorial. If you are new on my channel, don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.